In an era where white performers largely dominated the mature film industry, one woman carved out a space for herself, challenging stereotypes while making her mark on the business. Her name was Mai Lin, a somewhat forgotten star of the Golden Age. Born on June 22, 1953, in Oakland, California, Lin was raised in a household with deep Chinese roots. Her mother had immigrated to America from China, while her father was born in San Francisco to Chinese parents. Despite being an American citizen, Lin grew up with the cultural duality many second-generation immigrants experience, balancing traditional values alongside a path of Western independence. Little is known about her early life beyond that. What is clear, however, is that Lin's journey into film was anything but accidental. She didn't just stumble into the industry like many others did. It was her husband who introduced her to the world of acting. Through his connections, Lin started her acting career doing short loops, brief, silent films that were sold to the booths or distributed underground. This was before VHS home video, when the film business was often overseen by the mob and made available in darkened theaters or backroom shops. By the mid-1970s, Lin transitioned from loops to feature-length films. Her striking presence made her an immediate draw. But unlike many who were forced into stereotypes, Lin had a confidence that set her apart from her contemporaries. Mai Lin's career exploded in the late 70s and 80s, a time when genre films had real budgets, storylines, and even theatrical releases. She appeared in a slew of notable films, working alongside some of the biggest names in the industry. At a time when representation of Asian women in Western media was still largely limited to geishas and general submission, Lin took control of the stereotype, bringing her own power and charisma to it. She was one of the first Asian American women to reach mainstream success in the industry. Beyond the screen, Lin was a member of alternative clubs in the Bay Area. This immersion into such libertarian communities reflected her broader philosophy. It was all about the lifestyle, an art form, and a means of self-expression. By the early 1990s, Lin began stepping away from the industry. The rise of VHS and the changing landscape of the business meant that the polished, high-production era she had thrived in was no longer viable. Rather than fade into obscurity, she chose to leave on her terms. Her contributions didn't go unrecognized. In 2005, Lin was inducted into the AVN Hall of Fame, followed by the XRCO Hall of Fame in 2007. And although Mai Lin may have retired many decades ago, the imprint she left on entertainment and on the broader conversation around freedom and identity remains to this day.